Hey, we've got a video here that we're going to do kind of an introduction to a couple of products here / introduction to a whole new type of hunting that we're going to try to accomplish this next coming season. I'm out of my realm. I'm going to say that right off the bat. I'm out of my realm doing something that I do not have any idea how it works. But I've done a little bit of video watching, a little bit of reading, and I think it's something that we can actually tackle. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be kind of intimidating at times, and but we're going to go forward with it. And one of the things that I've wanted to do ever since I started hunting was elk hunt. Never been able to do it. It's not a cheap hunt by any means, but it is something that is in your grasp to do if you have the means of doing it. If you're thinking about doing an elk hunt and you think that it's impossible, I don't think it's going to be impossible for you, and I don't think that you should shy away from it just because of maybe cost. I'm going to say right off the bat, you're probably going to be looking at a max, depending on where you're from. Now, I live right on the border of Colorado, so if I decide to go to Colorado, it's right next door to me. So my cost of travel and stuff will probably not compare to somebody, say, from the East Coast. But as far as the tags itself, getting the tag itself, they do over-the-counter tags in Colorado. I think there's 5 states that do over-the-counter. You're going to have to kind of do your homework like I did and figure out which of those states are going to be viable for you to go to. I decided the first thing I wanted to do was how to call elk. And being a turkey hunter, I have basically a little bit of background in diaphragm calls already. But with that being said, they are quite a bit different. The process is quite a bit different. And though I have not messed with this very much, I kind of have played with it in the last day or so and getting an idea of what it's going to take to learn this. So we're going to learn all this together tonight. Just little pieces and parts of it, and I just wanted to kind of do this video to show you that it doesn't have to be that intimidating thing that you have been thinking that is just going to be impossible to do. We're going to introduce you to a couple things here. This is going to be kind of a product video / information video on what I perceive as being easy or hard or working or not working. Here we go. The first diaphragm that I purchased was just a couple days ago actually, and I got this from Cabela's here where I live. This is a native line. Just grab this. I did no research on this. I didn't even know who this came from. I just grabbed it off the shelf and said, hey, that'll work, because I ordered a PHELPS bugle. So this is giving you a good idea of how unorganized in my thought process is when I got all this stuff. So we ordered the bugle. Now I'm seeing all these guys on videos and stuff and hunts and everything using these bugles, and they look like a baseball bat. I mean, they're huge, right? I get this in the mail, and it's not very big at all. Not knowing anything about bugles or companies or what's hip and what's not anymore, I come to find out that I've got this mini. This is from PHELPS, and this is Get 'em Close. Can't remember what the actual name is on this bugle, but anyway, it's very small and compact. So they made this design, and then Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls also makes one that's a smaller one, but it's got a little bit bigger barrel on it than this Phelps one. But this Phelps one, when I first got it, I got home and I'm looking around for a package on my doorstep and it's not sitting there. And I'm like, I know I've got my package, but where is it? It can't fit in my mailbox. Well, it does. It fits right in my mailbox. So there we have the bugle tube. And the reason that they had produced these small mini bugle tubes was for convenience of carrying. After I got it, I did do some research on it and found out that, you know, this was the little brother to the bigger one. Either way, we're going to get a big one, I think, so we have that option to use that if we need. Or even if you're in there for 2 or 3 days and you're using one and then you switch over to the other one, it's going to give you a different tone, a different call sequence, a different feel to your calls. So if those elk are starting to kind of figure you out with your calling, switching up that tube may help you break one off. So this is the native from Carlton Calls, I believe. This is the 400. Now, from what I've been shown on the internet, this call right here is a more advanced call. It has a metal bridge on the top. It's a single latex call, quite a bit thicker, I think, and it's supposed to be kind of more of an advanced call. Now, I'm not saying I'm a pro by any means, so don't take this as a how-to video. It's not that. It's the furthest from that. But I wanted to kind of show you, even after a day of using this, just a day of using this, I've pretty much gotten good quality sound out of this. So I ordered these before I got this one. These weren't showing up quite quick enough, so I was getting anxious. I am like that. So I grabbed this one out of the store, and we're going to show you what this sounds like. Now, the native line, they do have like 4 or 5. They got 3 like beginner to intermediate calls, and then they've got 2 or 3 that are advanced calls. So this particular one, not even knowing that, I just grabbed. I'm used to doing this with my turkey calls. So these calls, if they are too big, and I have a very small palate and very narrow. So a lot of the mouth calls, diaphragm calls, are very big and don't fit in my mouth very well right off the bat. So I have to trim them. And you can do that, but you want to be careful. Make sure you're doing just a little at a time. Don't do a lot. Keep that in mind. I have maybe a day with this, and this is supposed to be an advanced call. So let's go ahead and let's run this. I'm going to just do a cow call here real quick with this and see what it sounds like. So the cow call with that is kind of a difficult one to do, but where this thing kind of shines is with the bugle. So I'm going to try that here real quick with this. We'll just do what's really nice about this call is it's easy to hit that top note. So I'll do a 2-tone call, just a locating call. So let's try it, see how it sounds. Sounds really good. So, yeah, that's fun. So with that chuckle, this one's really hard to do it because you got to blow a lot of air to get this thing to sound. From what I've been seeing, that you suck air and you blow air at the same time. You're like, but you got to be careful so you don't suck this thing down your throat. And for beginners, that's really tough to not do. This one likes to lay a little bit further back in my mouth, my palate. So you can kind of hear that going through that tube. Yeah, I definitely got to practice on that, and maybe one of these other calls will give me a little bit easier time of doing that, but for now I just been working with this one. So that thing really has a good tone to it and really sounds good. It's a high pitch, but I think a lot of that high pitch is coming from the actual tube itself too, being so compact. So as you can see here, we've pretty much just got our 2 calls here still in the package. We have not messed with these at all. We have not tried them. So you're going to see right off the bat, firsthand, a brand new caller. Never used these except for the day or so that I've had with that advanced one. Well, my camera died on me, so we're going to have to start here from the beginning on these 2 new calls that we got. These are both from Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls. One is Elk 101 series, and one is a Steve Chappell. Steve Chappell and the Elk 101 series are the 2 that I got from Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls. So we're just breaking these open tonight. Actually, they're already broken open because I started this video and my camera died on me, and so we're doing it again. We're going to start with the Champ, the Elk 101 series, and we're going to give that a try. I'll read this here for you. It says, this call makes small to medium cow, calf, and bull sounds. Also creates a more nasally cow sound and a higher pitched screaming bugle. So this one is supposed to give me more of a higher end sound with this, with the cow and the bull sound. So we'll see what that sounds like. One feels. I did trim this down so it fit in my mouth a little bit nicer. Actually, I need to take a little bit more off of this side, it looks like. Now, from what I could feel, this one likes to be more towards the front of your mouth. So you can just use the tip of your tongue and persuade it that way a little bit easier. So yeah, you can really hear that high pitch that you can get out of this. I don't think you're going to have to blow as much air on this one as you will like the native, the 400. Now we'll try the bugle with this. This is going to be the first time I've tried this, so. Yeah, it likes that finesse to it. I lose it right there. Got that high pitch though. Okay, so it really likes that tongue pressure up into that latex. I mean, you've got to put that tongue in there. Man, that's got a really nice high pitch. Yeah, it likes that tongue pressure, and that thing is a very nice call. It's going to give you that really high locating sound. Try it again. I'll try it against a native here and see which one you think's got the higher pitch, but Okay, here's the native. I really got to put a lot more air on that one, obviously. But this one... got that good scream. I'm starting to like that call. I like that. I like that. That when I first tried this call, it was rough. It was tough to get that high pitch, but now that I'm starting to learn it, it's really really a nice call. So here we have the Steve Chappell Elk Champ series. So we did not trim this one, and I'm going to try it with without trimming it and see what it sounds like. This one here, it says, built on our widely successful GTP frame. It has this metal on the frame. It looks like they've cut it, domed it, and brought it up, so you get just that solid dome. Whereas this one is a plastic thick dome, and it's got a cutout, a V in the middle. This one's solid, single. Looks like the latex is a little bit thinner on this one. This call is single latex. It is designed specifically to produce a very accurate estrus cry of a cow elk. It will make a mew, chirp, and whine. Now those are some of the calls that I have not learned. Obviously, I'm brand new to this. I've never blown elk calls before, and we're kind of learning this all together. But this one's supposed to be more designed for cow calls. So this one here, it feels like it wants a little bit more air also, and I'm not sure if that's because of this tape that it just kind of, I don't get quite the seal. This one I have not trimmed either, so there's my turkey coming out of me. Has a really good cow sound to it. Let's see if I can bugle with it. Yeah, I mean, you can do it. It's not the greatest. This is more of a softer, mid-range, doesn't quite hit that high note like that Champ does. That's lip balm, they call it. Lip balming. I don't think that's really what that one's intended for, so let's try the Elk 101 with the lip balming. Yeah, that thing screams. I'm excited. That really is fun to do. I cannot wait to get up there in the tree lines and crack those things off and see if we get any responses. But anyway, that's what we got here. We've got 3 different calls from 2 different manufacturers. Man, my chest, that's really sucking the air out of my lungs. Exercise for your lungs too. So we got the native, we've got the Elk 101 Champ, and then we've got the Elk Camp. Okay? So I'm going to just go through and I'm going to do cow calls with each one of these, and then you can get an idea of the different sounds. We'll do it without the tube first. Elk 101 Champ. Can really hit that high note with that one. And then we've got the Elk Camp. Obviously a more mature elk with that one. So there you go. Now we're going to do one time with the bugle. We'll just do a 2-tone locator. Didn't quite hit that second note, but that's all right. You kind of heard it. Now the Elk 101 Champ. Okay, that one takes some getting used to, especially coming from that 400. That 400 is really a different feel in the mouth than these Rocky Mountain calls. Let's try it again. So you can really pop off that. That's going to be a great call for locating. You can hit that really high pitch. Okay, now we'll try the Elk Camp. I really think that this is going to be just a cow call, but we'll try it. It's got a lower end on the bull side. So you can hit that 2-tone, but it starts lower. It doesn't give you that real high shriek. So there you go. That's the differences between the 3. I'm really excited about all 3 of them because I think they all have their unique places. If you only want to deal with one, if you have one, buy 3 or 4 different styles, different latexes, and try them. And you may find that only one works for you. You may find that they all work for you. You may find that you just like that particular one and you want to stick with that. And then you can order, as many of those in bulk as you want and just know that you have the same call every time. But it's a preference thing, and I really like these 3 that I have. I think they all have their distinct, unique sounds to them, and I'm really excited to get them out in the woods and try them and practice this whole late season and into spring, and really get familiar with them. So anyway, that's what I have for you tonight. I want to thank you all for watching our videos, and like, share, subscribe to the channel. Get your friends involved. Anybody that's wanting to start out hunting and get into hunting, or is kind of intimidated by some of the bigger shows out there, you know, and they kind of make them, they kind of make things look a little bit unachievable at times, but or too easy at times. But you know, here on my channel, I'm a solo hunter. A lot of times I'm going to be doing, well, 99% of the time I'm going to be hunting by myself. I'll kind of give you a one-man perspective of the different hunts and how I go about doing them, especially with videotaping, if that's something that you're into. If you wanted to go on an elk hunt, but you don't want to pay, you know, $8-10 grand for a guided elk hunt, you can do it over the counter. So it's still some cost, obviously, to it, but it's way cheaper than doing the guided hunts. You've got to get that animal out by yourself too. So there's a lot of pros and cons to both ways, but you got to decide, and don't be afraid to get out there and try it. I waited 50 years before I decided to actually do it, or know that I could actually do something like this on my own without shelling out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to do it. So don't be afraid to get out there. Just whatever gear you've got, you know, obviously do your homework, know what your limitations are, and don't get stuck in a bad situation with not having the right tools for the job. But on the same hand, you can go out there and do this on your own. So thanks for watching. We'll see you here on the next video, which will probably be coming out here after the new year. We'll probably be doing some late season doe hunts to kick off the new year. So stick around and watch for those. Hit that bell notification so you can get a notification whenever these videos come out. It always seems like the end of the year is really trying at times with health and weather and things of that nature. So anyway, 2021 coming up, and I'm excited to kick it off. And hopefully you will join me in doing such a thing. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Stay safe in your hunts, everyone, and happy New Year and Merry Christmas to everybody.